Getting pins and needles in both my hands now.
Oh.
Don't know why this happens sometimes when I do a spirit box sessions. I just feel it, and sometimes down my face, and especially my lips. Is that okay?
Cunt. Here you keep enough of that.
That definitely was not the radio.
No.
So don't tell me those people that say that this is crap.
Who are you talking to? Sam or Racheal? I hear something, but my whole body feels shivery. I've just got an awful shiver over me. I've tears in my eyes, love.
Do you want me to turn this off?
No, it's okay, keep it going, but it's just strange. Just like an awful shiver and tears coming off me.
Not impressed if we called it that.
I know.
That's why we were out walking and
Yes.
getting exercise. Yes, I know I'm a fat C-U-N-T, but yeah, you didn't have to rub it in. But
Just that just got to me there, I don't know why.
I have
felt like there was just something not right.
I feel a little bit sick.
I didn't feel sick, I just got this really shaky, goosebumpy feeling, and it just started, the tears just started, and I just kept thinking there was something.
Some sort of emotion,
Aye.
but you can't fully
I couldn't get it, like I'm grand now, I don't feel these chills or nothing again.
This is brilliant. I don't know.
Keep
I
it
know.
this way. Straight on.
Hello folks, some of you requested that I talk with Racheal and do an interview, and we had planned to do an interview since we did do the last investigation we done was 3 months ago together, and you know, that was a pretty good investigation.
It was, yes.
And a lot of things happened that when we go to a location, if something happens, we always like to follow it up, because yes, variety is good, going to different places, but if something happens, you still want to go back there,
course,
and we've been dying to go back there.
Definitely, yeah.
Since that night, and you know, and as well as that, it's our 3rd birthday actually. Around this time.
Great. Good job.
3 years, and you've been about 1 year.
Yes.
Investigating, you know, and thing is, people like you being on the investigations because you're not influenced by a lot of the not so good stuff on YouTube, because you don't look at paranormal stuff every day or whatever.
No.
Yeah, you know. So you know, what was going through your mind on that last investigation? Do you remember? We went up to this.
That's right.
We went up to this. We did do an investigation on the beach.
Yeah.
And you know, we done a textbook investigation there. I wasn't that comfortable with it because we were putting out these devices, and we had their camera on. You know, I actually wasn't fully prepared in my mind that night.
Yeah.
Even though I wanted to go out, wanted to investigate.
Oh, yes, we wanted to go out.
And we had these cat balls.
That's right, the wee flashy balls.
Yeah, and you know, I was stamping around, it didn't go off.
Yeah.
And that. Do you think that the balls moved, or did something? Is there a possibility that something influences the electronics in the device to go off?
But it couldn't, because there was no movement, or they're not set to go off at a certain time, like they're set.
No. It's a vibration. There's a tiny little spring that touches on the circuit when you shake them, and that, and because I kind of dropped them down hard too, it kind of made an indent on the sand.
Yeah.
And sand is a very good shock absorber. I mean, like, I remember one time we had to get sand for our pitch and putt course. and I actually was sitting on the trailer with this big pile of sand. Now,
Yeah.
the guy that was driving the tractor overloaded the sand, and he broke up in the middle of town. The hitch broke, and the trailer came flying down.
Ah, yes.
But I didn't feel anything because I was cushioned by all that sand.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I was jumping up and down, and it just didn't go off. It's kind of strange.
It's strange, yeah.
But the only thing is, where do you go with that information? You know.
Where do you take it to?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's in some ways, yes, it kind of gives you an idea that possibly something is there.
Yeah.
But would you be in agreement that the audio and visuals is the most sort of important?
Yeah, they're important as well as the other equipment like the flashy balls. If it's flashing teddy, it's gonna. All that's important because it's not. They're not supposed to do that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like you call Ren Pod Racheal. Do you know? I mean, like, what goes through your mind when something like that goes off? Like, you know?
It's like you get like excited and intrigued and.
Yeah, does there questions go off in your head? What is doing it? Who is doing it? What did they look like? Where are they?
Yeah. What's going on? Sort of thing.
Yeah. And then we decided we'd finish, and we were driving out, and we seen this entrance to this forest, and we decided, we'll go up and have a look. And then I decided, just take a camera, I just put. We had a box of equipment, but we decided we just go up with a camera, and then I decided, take a spurt box as well, and that spurt box session was kind of weird because
it really was.
I'm nearly sure in that spurt box session I still have to go through it fully, but you shouldn't have come while you're here and stuff like that. I didn't hear it. I was conducting the spurt box session. You were holding the camera.
That's right, yes.
And the camera, it was the worst footage you've ever done.
Oh, I physically just was not right. I was so just started shaking, and then I just got so emotionally drained. I just started crying, and I just didn't feel right at all. It was just I think maybe the first time physically been like that.
Yeah.
So much fear going through me and sadness for some strange reason. But it just shook. I couldn't stop shaking my whole body from my feet right up.
Yeah, it was actually it's shown on camera.
Yeah.
I mean, like when we were down the beach earlier on, you took the camera to walk around, and the camera wasn't shaking.
No, it wasn't shaking then. It was fine. Like, and it wasn't that it was cold or nothing, because it was the same sort of weather.
Yeah, I was affected too, but not in the same way as you.
Really just wasn't pleasant, really. Just really upsetting, like. Just that fear to then the pure upset. Whatever, we were so upset.
I mean, like, that goes to show that you've got these famous places. You got a place called Turley's Drive, blah, blah, blah. All these famous places that people pay a lot of money to go to. And then you got the stereotypical cemeteries, graveyards, abandoned buildings and stuff like that. When we went down to that island, there is one ghost story in one house. And what we tried to do that night was to go to the least likely paranormal place to try and get paranormal evidence. That's what we tried to do. And it was a forestry. It was a forestry road. It was closed off. That wasn't a ghost. That was the air freshener. The big puff.
Puff air.
It was just access for forestry workers and stuff.
Like load of rock. But as soon as we came off that rock, it was just that utter relief getting back onto just the stony ground. It was
you know,
really weird, like just to come from a forest, walk up, and then this big, massive rock stone sticking out of the ground near enough, like.
yeah, and that proves that in the paranormal world, the camera sometimes isn't even enough.
Yes.
Sometimes we record these things personally ourselves. You know, we can't show a viewer that. You know, but you know we did go down to the car, and then we says we have to go there again. You said yeah,
definitely go back. Like,
why did you? Even though you were that badly affected, we seen you on camera.
Yeah.
Why did you want to go back there again?
Just, I don't know, the way it affected me, it was bad, like, but I just think there's more to it.
The curiosity.
The curiosity more than the nosiness, more than anything, really. It was...
It's an awful pity we didn't have the camera running in the car because we had a conversation. We said, we need to go back there.
Yeah.
Do you know? And then this lockdown happened
and we didn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
We hardly seen each other till the last few months. We've just sort of...
Yeah, and the last time we did an investigation, we only used one camera.
That's right.
You didn't get a video out. I actually have to get a video out
from the last time. Yeah.
We done a kind of half attempt of an investigation in the Oak Grove forest.
Yes.
Your video hasn't gone out yet, but I will get around to doing it. And we've seen on the telly here there's UFOs.
Oh, flashy lights.
Do you know? Do you think not watching paranormal shows on YouTube and not being fully interested the same as I am, do you think that helps in a way?
I think so, because if I was watching them programmes suppose all the time, I'd have more in my head. I wouldn't be as open to what I am.
Yeah.
You know, like I do love a good horror movie, but I know that's not real.
Yeah.
So I think by watching the real stuff, it's a car at the back, I would be expecting something. Whereas when you're not expecting, and these are all new things coming up, or you're experiencing. Stan, come on. Come here, shut up.
Shh. That's Yorkshire Terriers for you. Yeah, that's why people do make comments on that you're not influenced by some of the things that are going on YouTube and that.
No, I wouldn't have a clue unless you were saying to me, you would show me something, but at the same time I wouldn't think about going back on to read up or look about it.
We watched an odd Ghost Adventures.
Oh yes, we have a laugh at them, like that's more funny than anything.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't be saying that on camera, but
it's actually difficult watching with me because I'm just constantly going, that can't happen. You know, I'm very... I'm the worst person in the world to sit and watch a paranormal show on the TV because I'm fucking... I'm always going, what, you know... you know, but... yeah, people connect with you because a lot of viewers that watch our stuff, they're interested in paranormal. Do you want to be on telly as well? You need to come over here and sit down and be quiet.
You'd be quiet any other time, but
I've lost my train of thought now. But yeah, a lot of the viewers, you know, they don't do paranormal. They don't do paranormal content themselves. Yes. And they connect with you a lot because, not that you do, you know, you're a paranormal investigator, but looking at a completely fresh eyes kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm really a beginner, like.
And I actually learned a lot from that because I look at less and less paranormal stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm distracted from a UFO.
In the TV.
CBS reality.
True crime. What is it now? What do we say? Unsolved mysteries.
Unsolved mysteries. I've seen it the corner. Not that I'm massively into UFOs or anything like that. But we have some of the technology that we could look for. We look for UFOs. We got that camera thing.
Oh yes, your new camera.
I don't have it with me, but I'll do a video on it. Because one of the top 10 sightings in Ireland actually was in Letterkenny, and I'm not actually too far from Letterkenny. I'm in that skyline kind of thing.
Yes.
2017, I think it was. You know, but yeah, I used to watch nothing but paranormal content on YouTube, and in a way I'm disappointed with myself.
Yeah.
Because I look back on it, and I've said in another video, 80% of it's bullshit.
I know, yeah, you do.
Because, I came to a turning point and said, is it worth keep doing this? Because YouTube is an entertainment platform. People look for the entertainment.
Yeah.
Yes, there is people. We put out stuff to be as truthful as possible.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to lie to our viewers, we've had things happen to us in our lives. We wouldn't like the same thing happen to other people. We can be empathetic that way.
Of course, yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there, they don't... It's second nature to just try to make their audience look scared. And do anything, stretch the truth for a bit of entertainment. And
I'm always scary or interesting, but it's real life, and this is what we're going to get without having to have all this horror.
Do you ever, if we go to a place and we don't get anything, do you be disappointed?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes actually do. Thinking, but then I know next time could be better. They could have been, if there is something there, they could have been sussing us out, watching us. We'll go back next time, there could be something else different, change,
Yeah, we're not pissed off because we got out.
We got out, it gets us out because we don't get out, or we don't get too far, like if we do go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it gets us out, and that's the main thing. It looks after our mental health too.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, I think. But, people lately have been asking me, I'm gone very skeptic. And they're asking me, do I still believe in the paranormal? I do. It's just I'm skeptic to some of the stuff that I've seen.
Yeah, some of
the stuff that I've learned from, which is a massive mistake. And I'm trying now to undo that mistake.
Yes.
I'm trying to get that influence away. And you're a great example of that, especially with Dunry Fort. We had 6 episodes of Dunry Fort. It was a pity our favourite place got burnt to the ground. But, we've had a couple of places that got knocked down, got put on fire. It's just the nature of it now.
People just are out to destroy those sort of things.
But I think the last investigation that we were on, when we were on that beach and we were up on that hill, was to try and prove that we could get paranormal in other places rather than searching around. We need to try and find an abandoned house somewhere.
Yeah. Can be anywhere.
But the thing is, an abandoned house is an abandoned house. It doesn't mean
it's haunted. Yeah.
Yeah, but people are automatically going to see a haunted house. They're paranormal investigator. Let's do a paranormal investigation, and on YouTube you're going to see the usual bullshit a lot of the time. That's why I kind of diverted to these outdoor places.
Yeah.
These woods, these beaches. Never seen paranormal investigation on a beach.
No, not on a beach or
Once I've seen Andy from Elemental Encounters doing one on a beach.
Right.
The wind was affecting the camera. Like I don't know if he still has the video open now, but we worked to get microphones that are weather resistant with the floating things on it. So you know. But it's been a long number of months that we can't
long time. This lockdown.
Because of this lockdown.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of the time too, you know, our work was in the south of Ireland, and they could be in lockdown and we wouldn't be.
Couldn't get over.
And we couldn't get across the border, and then vice versa and that. I don't know what the situation is at the moment.
We're still in lockdown at the moment, so
we're back into lockdown.
Just there on Thursday.
And I think Ireland just kind of.
What I heard, they were hopefully opening next week, but could be different. But
yeah, you know, and then sitting at home too. Then you
head fed up.
Yeah.
You just want to get out somewhere. There's only so many places, only so many shops you can go to. You know, that kind of way. It's the highlight of your day, going out to a shop, right?
But, you know, what was your favourite location that we've done so far?
So far, would have to been Dunray.
Right.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So would it.
Yeah. Even above Cumber House and
Sharon Rectory.
Sharon Rectory.
Dunray, yeah. And then I would probably say Sharon Rectory.
I suppose when we do, you know, so many episodes, investigation there.
Because there were so many there, you grow
you have a connection with the place.
You feel as if you've that connection. You like it. You know, you're going there, open minds, what's going to happen next, and.
Yeah, and it was you that told me that the place burnt down.
Yes,
I was in tears.
I know, it was so upsetting when I seen it, like, of all buildings, the ones that we always used. So it was.
You know, and it wasn't, you know, we're not the type of people that go, oh, we can't go here this week because we went last week, we'll wait for a month or whatever. If we're going to get stuff,
we'll go back.
See, to me, an investigation is not one night. It's many, many nights, and that's why I put the same locations in the one playlist.
Yeah.
Because that is the investigation, not the one night.
Yes.
And we were there 6 times. We went to there's this shower block. Yeah. That was kind of flipping weird, that one.
The shower block was a bit strange.
Do you know, we were getting these strange EMF readings on response and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had another team down, and one of them got
very sick. Yeah, very.
The energy's kind of heavy in there for some reason.
It is.
You know, and it's one of the. There's so many buildings. You've got the officers' mess, which was our favourite.
Yeah.
Well, one of the reasons was because there was a indoor place, and you could put all your stuff, and there was kind of some place to sit, and somewhere to put your stuff and that. But very, very disappointed that the place had burnt down and that. Do you know? And that was 1 or 2 nights. We done an investigation on the Saturday night.
Yeah.
Sunday night, somebody burnt it. You know?
So it was.
Do you know? And that was where you got your first EVP, actually.
Yes.
You know? You got picked up on the camera's audio. And it's the way that you go in and speak. The respect.
Yeah.
You know,
and
I kind of had to learn a bit like that too, because
wouldn't be nice if we went in. We wouldn't like it if someone came in and was all like to us. You think about it that way.
Yeah, I'm criticising myself, but yes, I do have respect But it didn't speak to the spirits like I would speak to another person. And that was one thing that I had to learn. Because if it is a spirit of human person, they were once human.
Yeah.
And you can't have to talk to them like they're human. And then we had the situation of Sharon Rectory, where there was all these claims of evil spirits and stuff.
Spirits and...
You know, and you still kept up your respect. I kept up my respect, because even somebody tells me that, you know, they went through a horrific experience and stuff. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to experience it. So I'm not going to go into their house and start disrespecting their spirits. Just because maybe somebody has misunderstood.
Yes.
You see, if you get scratched or you get touched, or I've been touched a couple of times, it's kind of weird. And I actually got me, the hair went up like that. It wasn't caught on camera, but it was down in the basement, and there was somebody just doing that. And I was going, there's something pulling my hair. And they were all laughing. I said, why are you not scared? And I said, if I react, it might stop, you know, that kind of way. But we've heard a lot about negativity. The people have went through a lot of stuff.
A lot of bad stuff.
We take that story, but we have to start from scratch. So, you know, we're in somebody else's house, and we went in there and had as much respect for the spirits as the people that invited us.
Yes.
Until we had evidence otherwise.
Yeah.
You see, we can be told a lot of things. Cumber House, for example. This story about the man of the house being a bad man, who's banished to hell, he came up in a ring of fire. An off the wall story, you have to say.
Yeah.
And it's an old story, and I often say some of these old stories, is that evidence? Is it 100% concrete? Or was it spread around the public houses?
Yes.
And word of mouth.
Kept it going,
Kept it going. Even if they weren't drunk. One story goes to another person, goes to another person, another person. You go through 10 people. When you get to the 10th person, there's a bit of a twist after that.
Of course.
You know? And well, you want to have a say too, do you?
What's wrong with you? What do you want?
Before you started going to investigations with me, did you think that we were going to go into abandoned buildings and call out for ghosts and get absolutely nothing?
No, I was sort of expecting something was going to happen. Then I had to realise then, like, no,
it doesn't
work like that. If you want to,
it
doesn't work like that.
So you had an expectation.
Yes, from what I seen, obviously through films and stuff like that. There, I was just expecting you go in and the ghost will show up to you, basically.
Right.
You know, and I realised then, no. I've realised a lot since I've started with you.
But what you've heard and experienced, is it better than you expected or less?
It's better.
Because it's personal, is it?
It's personal too, and some of the things you don't expect you're going to experience or hear, like.
Yeah. And I know I go through the editing process and stuff like that. Are you just more interested on the night itself?
Yeah. I would be editing. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. Is it difficult, like, or?
With paranormal investigations, if you want to be entertaining, you make it, you can turn it into an art form, but still be truthful.
Yeah.
You know, or you can be as raw as possible. I said some time ago that I was going to change everything, and then people said, "No, please don't change too much," because you know, we had there was somebody they were telling the story of Cumber House, and then they were saying, "Oh, I seen a video."
Yeah.
Thing was, it was 3.5 hours long.
Aye.
And that was live AFTERLIFE TV productions. I'll leave a link in the description and all the rest of it. See, on YouTube, the recommendation's 20 minutes.
Yes.
Human beings are not going to look any further than 20 minutes, kind of thing. But an investigation goes on for hours and hours.
For hours, nights, days.
And an investigation, it's the gathering of data when you go to a place.
Yeah.
That's not the investigation as such.
No.
The investigation happens when that data is brought back to my house.
Yes.
Then I
when
investigate.
You're putting it together. What
maddens me is some of these people, oh, we're going to go out every night this week and every night next week.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, guys. We're going to be out every night. We're going to be filming every night. We're going to go live every night. And to go live, let me know what you see in the comments. They don't investigate.
Yeah.
They go and they call out and stuff.
And they're not out for long either.
Yeah, some of them are, but some of them, they're not out for 4 or 5 hours or not like that. But to me, there's a lot of things you could edit out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, will future technology, could we use future technology 10, 20 years down the line, go through that footage and extract more information that we can actually extract right now in the line of EBPs and stuff like that. You know, so that's why I gather all the information. I basically a lot of the time line up all the files, give it to them straight. 99.9% of footage, sometimes 100%. We farted on camera and it goes on.
Oh yeah.
It's that happened. You know, and
real footage.
Yeah, because you never know, in the middle of that fart you could get an EVP or whatever. So yeah, I could turn it into an art form and have loads of music and finely crafted edits. But I'm not a filmmaker.
Yeah, it's not a film, it's a
I'm interested. I'm
Yeah.
interested in the it's the paranormal. Is the most important thing. Yeah, we filmed. I've filmed other things, but with the paranormal, raw as possible.
That's it, yeah.
People see it. People see it the way it is.
That's it.
And you especially don't jump to conclusions, and I'm surprised about that being so. You know, not being that long in the field.
Yeah.
You know, that you don't jump to conclusions. And I mean, like, I've actually learned a lot from you.
Right.
You know, people say that you have the connection. Because I remember way back in the beginning, I had this REM pod. It never went down.
But not for me.
The first night we were in a, it was a cemetery.
That's right, yes.
Cemetery for mental health patients.
Yes.
I later found out that there was 250 people buried in that small plot of land.
There's not even that. There must have been only about not even 20 gravestones, like.
Yeah, there was less. There was only about 4 or 5. And I got a fantastic EVP there. It was helped me with female voice and stuff. Then we had this Spurt Box session And there was everything under the sun,
Oh,
Satan
yes.
and FU and stuff like that. We didn't hear it, and we were all being nice.
I know.
And yeah, it was so funny when I got to listen back when I
Yes.
go home. And when I get stuff like that, the hair stands on the back of my
It was
head.
then, it would sort of freak you out a wee bit.
You know, I've sat so many times in front of that computer and the headphones on, and I go, oh my God. More times than I do actually on the location.
Yeah. Because we're only hearing so much or picking up so much.
Yeah.
Most of it we don't really pick up until afterwards till you're at home, like in the office doing it.
Yeah, especially with Spirit Box technology and stuff.
Like it is a lot of work behind the scenes for you, especially. It's alright for me going out and filming a bit, but you're doing near enough every bit of the work because you have to go through all that, and that maybe 4 or 5 hours could take up to a week or maybe more. You know, were you going through everything?
But the thing is, I'm passionate about the paranormal all the time.
Yes.
I've invested thousands into this.
You have.
But that doesn't make me better than you. And that's the beauty of this.
We're both the same in this.
You know, we both have our own qualities in this, and even though you don't study it, you don't research it at home, you don't watch paranormal research videos, and wouldn't have the knowledge of what Frank Sumption did for Spirit Boxes, Annabella Cardoso.
No.
All those people you probably don't know have.
No, I don't know.
This year we got invited this year to Limavady Workhouse, and that didn't go ahead. That was a bit disappointing.
It was.
I don't know if you've seen Ghost Hunters International. They went to Limavady Workhouse, and Northern Ireland's Greatest Haunts.
Went there, yes.
Yeah. The thing is too, we've got another opportunity to go back to Cooneen Ghost House, which you never were at.
I was never
But you want to go there. I have the longest video on YouTube.
You have, yeah.
On the Cooneen Ghost House, and I got that location from Northern Ireland's Greatest Haunts. It was my favourite TV show.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Because they were sort of more down to earth kind of thing, not jumping to conclusions and no reconstructions of you know, the research into it and going to the libraries and telling the story. Andy Matthews.
Sit down.
Like Andy Matthews, he does be on YouTube, but it's music he puts on now. So I don't know if he still does paranormal stuff and that, but they're over 10 years old, those programs.
Aye. They didn't bring any more out after them. They stopped.
There was only a handful of them. There was Britain's Greatest Haunts.
That's right.
You know, it was slightly different in that, but it was still sort of the same in that. But it makes me wonder what went flipping wrong.
Aye. Well,
do you know what went wrong? With some of the stuff we're watching now and stuff that way back, which was sort of more pure.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of the stuff now is just like
jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, giving a show to people more than anything, not the real stuff. Because the real stuff, it is boring, like when there is nothing happening and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you do get something happening, it's actually quite good.
Do you know what I noticed about you as well? You know when a REM pod goes off and you say, can you put it off again? And it goes off and that.
It goes off and on again.
I was surprised with you that you didn't, you know, start losing it and going, Ginny Mac, you know, oh Ginny Mac. You kept her cool.
Yeah.
But inside, were you excited inside kind of thing?
I was excited inside. It's like something that, you know, when you're really passionate about something.
Yeah.
I think I'm like that with the paranormal, because it's not like I'm a different person, but there's things
You focus.
you're focused more. You know what you're supposed to do, right, and have a laugh too. But
Yeah, we act the idiots all the time.
yes, you have to have a laugh too and be those professional too about it. But
Yeah, we can kind of switch off and
yeah,
on. You know, because I mean, like off camera, we're complete idiots.
it's just like walking into something that I've done before, something which I never did. You know,
Yeah.
just like it felt right for some reason. Because normally, like if you do something that's not right, or but this was just like going into something that you felt you've done before, you felt it's right. You understand?
I'm sorry, I can't put my finger on it, but I kind of understand because I actually did see an apparition, and I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
You were kind of fixed. Oh.
Yes.
But you kept control on the outside, but inside you were going, what the hell? You know? You know, it was an apparition. It was a girl down in a courtyard of a mansion I stayed in when I was in my teenage years.
Yes.
And it was witnessed by about 10 people. And she disappeared off the yard. It was in a big long white night dress in the middle of the night, crying in the courtyard. And there was a number of girls on site, and none of them fitted that description.
Yeah.
And then some people seen her and some people didn't, and some people could hear and some people didn't.
Yeah.
I could actually hear her and see her. Because I went to try and surround her to see what was going on, because everybody was going, something not right here, you know? And I was the one left to watch. It was over my window, and I was standing, and I just blinked, and she was gone.
She was gone again,
Yeah. And you know, it's not like the television where you go, oh, it's a ghost. You know, you're locked. You're locked onto her.
Yes.
In some way, you're locked into it. You're trying to get as much out of it as possible, and you're just completely focused. Nothing else flipping matters at the time, sort of thing. Do you know?
What's wrong? What? Happy.
People like dogs. It doesn't matter. You can play around.
Chat away. There's your toy. Go play. He does this and he has to get you up, and then he looks at you like to say, what are you getting up for?
Yeah. Well, we were going to do a radio type of thing. I've done a couple of ghost talk kind of things. And he says, do a video. So I'm doing a video, you know.
Get it. Go get it, lad. Keep you occupied a wee bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, there was opportunities that we could have got out, but my health hasn't been brilliant.
You do not well at times, and then I don't play, and
yeah, you know, but I think we could be taking a turn for the better kind of thing.
Start getting out and doing a few bits, and hopefully start looking better.
I mean, it's winter and that. It's winter and that. The cold weather affects my bones, but I got one of these big flipping suits. I go walk around with this big suit. I can be walking around in my sitting room. You know? But actually the cold, it does affect my joints. This time of the year, the wet and all that kind of stuff. I've been not sleeping in that. And trying to focus and it was a struggle. You know, I've researched old stuff, and I've started reading my books and stuff like that.
That's right, you got books and all,
but just always itching to get out, and it's flipping frustrating.
Frustrating as you can't. We want to get out, and we want to do more, like, and just at the minute we can't. Well, hopefully this lockdown, or maybe over Christmas, if it doesn't go back into lockdown, we might get somewhere.
Well, we can still get local outdoor occasions and stuff like that.
Local,
Do you know? Because we did prove that you can go to a place with not one of these elaborate ghost stories attached to it. You can still get activity.
Yeah.
if you have spirit boxes and you're doing spirit box sessions, you go to. I've done a spirit box session outside the flipping doctors in town.
Sitting in the town,
Yeah, I was waiting for. I was transporting a patient around, and I was waiting for them in the car outside, and I just took out the spirit box, and you know, you can get stuff. You know, it kind of. But we're no closer to finding out exactly what. I mean, like, I can go through Annabella Gross's research and what she thinks that, you know, spirits around us all the time, and there's a spirit. They are the spirits of dead people.
Yeah.
But they're on a different plane. They're in a different dimension. We can't see them. We can't interconnect. But sometimes, on a rare occasion, that path crosses, and that communication that's opened up, that frequency through the spirit box, is that hole that crosses over and stuff like that. But you know, you ask anything about the afterlife, that's a conversation. You know, on the spirit box, you ask anything about the afterlife and stuff like that, conversation just goes.
Oh yeah.
I did have had responses. We can't. It's a secret or something. And then sometimes I was doing so flipping well, and I would ask the flipping question. I think, gone. Bye. Good luck.
Yeah.
We can't talk to you now. Gone. You know, it can be.
When you think like a radio wouldn't come out with things like that, or call you names, or you know.
The last investigation on the rock. Fact, C-U-N-T.
That's right, that was what you were called.
Well, it was kind of relevant because I am. But the thing is, people would say that was evil.
Yeah, but a radio doesn't say that. A radio doesn't call anyone or say that, even that word.
Yeah, but people would jump to the conclusion
that
there's an evil spirit there. Thing is, I ignored some of the things that was on that spirit box because I didn't flipping hear them. You shouldn't have come. Why are you here? I didn't answer them. And if you're being ignored, wouldn't you be a little bit ticked off as well?
Of course, yeah. You would be angry, like.
If it wasn't done in an angry voice or anything like that, just back on.
If you were just upset or angry.
That was. You know, even
because
though
when you hear that one, you're a fat.
And then I was going,
who did you call a fat?
I was just on the camera going, anybody that says that this is bullshit, there you go. I was really excited. But at the same time, we were still going through this feeling. I was kind of feeling a little bit sick. You were shaking. You had the camera, and it was the shakiest footage that you've ever done.
I just couldn't stop, and then my tears were coming to my eyes, and just felt really, really sad and fearful. Like, it wasn't like, I wouldn't say like someone was taking me over, taking my body or what, but just pure drained, like, and just so upsetting.
Yeah. And do you often think about what would happen if you went back in again?
I sometimes would think, like, what would happen next? Would it get worse, or would
we get an understanding of what
happened, or why they're like that, or whatever?
But it's a random hill.
That's all it is.
It's a random hill with some trees.
Yeah, well, we forestry and then the big no entry thing blocking you, not allowed up it, like.
You should have said that one.
You shouldn't have said that.
No, it doesn't have that sign.
Well, what do you call them? Barriers?
It's a barrier for cars not to go up. No, there's no sign saying you can't go up, like.
That's right, aye.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying because she said that.
Barricade.
It was a barricade.
Yeah.
I think there was a sign with a tree on it.
Aye, a tree.
Saying it's forest. But it's obviously it's forest. You see all the fucking trees. You know?
But just to come up to that big stone part, like, it's... You wouldn't have thought you would have that in a forest.
No.
Big lumps of rock sticking out of the ground, no grass or nothing in that park, like.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's nature. There was
Yeah.
nothing. There was nothing man-made except for the location of the trees.
That's
It
it.
was forestry trees. It wasn't naturally planted and that. But there was no building or anything like that. But it
No.
just goes to show you
Yeah.
that you do not have to be in an abandoned
No.
building and that. And I'm attracted to those kind of places because it's outdoors. It's different.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and that's why I've sort of invested in night vision a lot more. You know, we've got the little body cameras that has the
Yes.
white phosphorus night vision, which is very bright. And then we have the old-fashioned green, which is still pretty good. You know, I mean, our cameras are
They're good.
they're 10 or 12 years old technology.
But they're really
the ones you actually never used your camera yet. The one that I've set up for you.
Yes.
It's got 3 IR lights on it, and it's a Sony SR7 or something like that. It's old technology,
Yeah.
but it's still pretty good. As when I improved on the lighting, the resolution became better.
On it,
You
yes.
know, and it's kind of the night vision is cool because it's mysterious because
Oh, yes.
you know, you put on these lights, you always see the tiny little red glow,
That's
but
it.
it lights up the whole thing. But the thing about the forest is there's lots of things for that light to reflect off.
Yeah.
The trees, the trees, the light reflects off the trees and it lights up other trees and that. It just spreads. It just
It's everywhere.
spreads through. Since we've been investigating, we haven't seen much in the line of visuals and that.
No.
Apart from the one time, and I never thought that.
Fine.
I've asked a question a lot of people have asked. It was one of those bad habits. Can you show yourself as a light on
Yeah.
if you're here? No, I wasn't expecting to get an answer to
Right.
that because I thought it was flipping stupid. Don't know why I flipping asked it. But you had this immediately. This was in Dunry Fort.
Yeah.
In the place that burnt down. A flicker of light came up the middle of the room and disappeared into the corner. And it flickered as it went up the minute I said it. And there's a lot of information in that. Whatever happened responded to English language.
Yes.
So, is it a human spirit? Possibly, you know. But that was fascinating. You know? It's fascinating. Now,
It is.
the more you get a small little bit of evidence, you just want more and more.
Yeah,
and
you
more.
want to keep getting more and keep going back to that place to build up like a story, to see what has happened, who they are, and whoever it is or whoever it was, they are a person. They had a life before. You know.
Do you think so? Do you think we're talking to? Do you think we're talking human spirits?
I'd like to think so. That's what I think we are. And they've had either a good life, you don't know what kind of life they've had, and they could be angry because they had a bad life or they've lost someone. And you know, we have to think of it that way too. You know, when we die, would we like someone coming to us and I'd like them to build up a story, you know, about myself?
Yeah, I mean, like, because they react to the English language at times, makes me sort of think that way.
Yeah, I just think they would understand any language. I don't know why.
Remember, there was one episode of Dunry Fort. We were still in the officers' mess, and off camera, I was doing every 20 minutes. I was looking out the windows to see if there was anyone about. I was flipping paranoid that night for some reason.
Box, aye.
Went in down a spirit box and it was this little snippets. You know, the usual little small little bits of snippets of radio, and the next thing you're looking out the window. And then we just went, holy shit.
Ran to the window to look out. Oh.
But the thing was, off camera, I was paranoid. Every 20 minutes I was looking out the window.
That's
I just
right,
looked out. I
yeah.
just looked out and I just done my scan to make sure that nobody came in on us.
Because we were thinking maybe there was someone outside, but there was no one outside. But there was like noises outside.
Yeah. Yeah. And that. The scariest thing for me is human beings arriving on inside. You know, that's the thing. And I was kind of more afraid that night, and I was constantly going to the window looking out, and then I turn on the spirit box, you're looking out the window. And it was so flipping slow and long. With all these little snippets of radio coming through, and you're looking out the window.
What's the way it was said? Like,
oh, do you get
the voice?
And then I went, oh, jeez. You know, we were
going to the windows looking out. Oh.
You know. So, do you think the spirit box is bullshit?
No, I actually don't. I like the spirit box, but when it comes to the likes of the apps, I'm not too sure in the apps. Because they have a lot of stuff built into them. With the spirit box, you can't really do anything to a normal radio.
That's right, yeah.
You know, what can you do to a normal radio? Whereas what you could do to the phone.
Yeah.
You know. And
technically, those sounds have a number of different frequencies, and if you had a recorder or a camera, technically you could get an EVP from them, but I just tended not to use them because
prefer the old-fashioned.
I've seen so many apps where they've malfunctioned on people on street, and the actual audio was a paranormal documentary talking about flipping ghosts and spirits. Do you know? So, and it's a minefield. You don't know what to trust or whatever. And I just the spirit box. Yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit of direct radio voice.
Yeah,
which is pretty difficult. It's flipping static. And it's not scanning the frequencies and that. But the scanning the frequencies flipping do work.
Oh, they do, yes.
For sure.
Yeah, right there.
You know? Do you know, I mean, this year we had planned to go further.
We did, yeah, we planned to do more, but with this lockdown, and then you're afraid to go out because you're going to get stopped. If you do get stopped, it's the worst thing, like, because they're going to ask, what are you doing now? You can really say it's non-essential. Excuse me, you know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Stop it now.
Yeah, you could argue it's great for people's mental health, and people need to watch us, and it's our mental health, but at the end of the day, you know, us being safe and that was a priority, and that. But this year's been frustrating.
It really has. Right, what's
wrong with the wee baby talking?
Nobody's taking them on again.
Do you want to be on the telly here? You can be on the telly here.
Come on. Sam, what's wrong with me? Get out. Come on.
Come here. Oh. You're going to behave, are you? Yeah? I remember when...
You be quiet any other time, then we go to do something that you just takes out, don't you?
I remember in the beginning, I was dead scared of this dog.
That's right.
My auntie used to breed these dogs, and I remember she rescued a dog that was thrown into a ditch after Christmas one time. And it won loads and loads of rosettes from shows and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. It wouldn't cooperate. And I was in the house one day and it just snapped like that. There was no flipping warning.
Just snapped.
And you were kind of doing the same. You
started
and stuff. And now I act the idiot with you.
Oh, yes.
You don't care.
Takes me a wee while to get used to you.
You know? And you get awful upset when I leave.
Oh yes, it goes clean mad and barks and cries. And you don't like to see her going?
Is there anything else we need to talk about before we go? You know? It's just people want to
see me. Oh, I'm here. Glad to be back, chatting and...
Yeah.
saying hello to everybody.
Yeah, we will get out.
We will, yeah.
You see, sometimes I'm on the other side of town, and I might make a decision at the last minute. I'll put the camera in the car and I'll go.
I know, yes.
You know, you sort of need kind of notice and stuff
like that. Notice, yeah.
You know, and that's why sometimes you might see a video from me, because I'm not very good at planning stuff unless we're doing an official where we've been invited.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Another thing too is Peninsula Paranormal.
Oh yes.
Great people.
Great people to work along with. Really great.
You know, they invited us to Cumber House. They've done all the organisation for Cumber House and Sharon Rectory, which you wanted to go. We got there twice. And you know,
thanks to them for that. Yeah.
We've been with them a number of times, because I've been in Cumber House, I think 3 times now.
Yeah, you have.
But we never actually sat down and talked to them. We never had a long conversation with them. Yeah. You know what I mean?
After lockdown, we'll have to meet up again, guys. The investigation going.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're going out as a family, and they've found a few little abandoned houses and stuff like that. You know, good little videos. And do you know what the Game of Thrones was? Do you know them trees at the side of the road? I don't know what you call that place.
Is it Ballycastle or somewhere like that? Near that direction, isn't it?
There's a certain name to that area.
Aye.
Where the road and the twisty trees. They actually were there.
Cool.
You know? You know, but, you know, if you I'll put a link in the description. I put links lately in the description of Peninsula and that. And,
give them a wee like.
And for me this year, you know, about Paranormal, Brett used to come on the show every Friday. It was a great conversation. It was great communication and stuff like that. You know, massive thanks to Brett. I'll put the link of Brett's channel in the description and stuff like that. You know, but roll on 2021. I think.
Hopefully everything will be back to normal.
You know, we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to get out and investigating, and we're going to go out and we're going to see shit.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, to me, you know, if I go to a place and we don't get paranormal stuff, I'm not that over. No, fucking disappointed.
Got a sight and it's good to get out. Like,
there's a slight bit of disappointment there, but
but you're not upset about it. Like,
you know, I'm not going to go and say, you know, oh, that was shit.
Yeah.
We got out. We got to a nice place. We got to, you know, we got to take in the scenery and stuff like that, and we got out. We could have well been sitting at home looking at YouTube videos and stuff.
I know,
and watching flipping television,
buying houses and selling them.
Oh yeah, that's the thing with you actually.
I know, when I stop watch them,
like looking at stuff we can't afford.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Folks, I think we're going to leave it.
Right. No problem.
And you know, with the channel there is playlists, so if you go through Sharon Rectory, we've got two or three investigations
down there,
2 or 3 videos of that. There's 1 to 6 of your favourite place and one of my favourite places. Dunree Fort.
Dunree, we have.
We've only seen a fraction of Dunree Fort, believe it or not.
There's a lot more. Definitely we'll have to get back there.
NK Hauntings was there recently.
They've been there, yes.
And they've been to the more concrete places where I have never seen them because
been near them.
My physical head won't get me there, but hopefully we'll get there at some stage.
Yeah, some stage.
But we found 2 buildings in the place out of a whole village that actually we've had activity.
Yeah. I
have done a run through the whole lot of them.
You have, yeah.
You know, but it doesn't mean that there isn't activity in these other buildings. It's just the night I went there, or the day I went there, there wasn't anything. But when I started doing paranormal investigations, when I came from abandoned exploring to paranormal investigation, all my investigations were during the day.
That's right.
And I was thinking to myself, how am I going to manage a night time?
At night, yes.
And now we do it all night. I love the night vision and stuff like that. When it comes to, you know, trigger objects and all these other devices, I just find them a frustration because it's in the dark. Things with the less buttons, the less complicated buttons, the better.
Right, yes.
You know, you can get a camera and you get to know where the flipping button is in the dark while I'm watching. If you start out, you bring cases of equipment to a dark place.
There's no point.
It's different. We're Cumber House. We've got the electricity.
The lights and everything on, and
you know. But when it's an outdoor location in the middle of the night and that, you know, we're going to do them simple.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're dependent on the camera, the audio, and that to give us that information that we need, along with the spirit box. And because if you start going through EMF readings and stuff like that, and you're in the flipping dark and you're trying to do the flipping torch and stuff, you know. But we'll finish. We'll finish. You know, watch this space. You know,
more to come.
You know, and you know, happy third birthday to us.
Hello. Happy birthday to us.
I mean, like.
No, not you.
The first year I got 300 subscribers, and I was in the old name.
That's right.
I was in this art class, and I'd done a plaque, a YouTube plaque, in gold writing, Lone Star Explorer team, 300 subscribers. I'm flipping off and proud of that. And I have it up on my wall at home. I must show. Some stage in a video, I'll show the little plaque.
Oh,
but I was awful proud. I was never thought I'd get 300 subscribers. 300 subscribers. No, we're going. We're going past $2,000. You know?
2,000.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, it's not. Yeah, I used to obsess with numbers and stuff. I have to admit, I was obsessed with numbers and that, looking at the graphs and that. But now it's sort of more community and stuff. I don't think I'd like to see it having huge numbers.
Yeah.
Do you know? The small community is comfortable that I'm with.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you went live and that, you can't get to know the people.
Yes.
You get to respond to everything that they say. Rather, if you had loads and loads of people, you miss out.
Oh yeah.
People are commenting. There's loads and loads of comments.
That's it. Yes. Some of
them are talking to each other about what they got in Dunn stores last week and what they like eating for breakfast and stuff. But sometimes people are sending you out comments and you're missing them.
Missing some, yes.
That's why I like the small community. Not right, yes, we did.
The wee lack the night.
Both wouldn't matter.
I know.
Yeah, we'll finish, folks.
Okay.
We'll finish.
Shush night.
And bye to the dog as well.
You say bye.
The dog is not going.
Here, nobody's going anywhere.
Come here. Dave. Come here. I'm not going anywhere. If I picked up the keys of my car, I'd just go.
I know, you go crazy.
Just go.
I'm not going home yet.
You know? But folks, thanks very much for tuning in, and thanks very much for the support for Racheal and that.
Yes, thank you. Everybody.
She's actually learned me a lot, you know. Even though I was sort of more passionate about.
Yeah.
What way can I put that? I'm more heavily invested in it. I think about it more. But as you can experience through the videos that we've done, just because you have loads of equipment and you've went out so many times doesn't make you the best person. You know? So often you got responses I didn't. And I had to step aside. Do you know? Do you know? Folks, we're going to finish because the dog is going mad here.
I know, takes all night for a day.
So thanks very much, Racheal,
Oh,
for
there's no problem.
yeah.
I enjoyed it now.
Right, it's goodbye from us.
And goodbye.
It's goodbye from us on the
And stand
You
soon.
stop,
Bye.
stop, stop now.